Hello, and welcome to the Mommy Escape Time podcast. I am Lauren, your host, and I have a 1-year-old son. I started this podcast for any mother who might feel alone in their journey through motherhood. Becoming a mom is hard no matter how you get there, and this podcast is about the mom stuff that comes up in our lives. Listen, enjoy, and connect with us on the Mommy Escape Time podcast. Hello, and welcome to the Mommy Escape Time podcast. I am Lauren, your host, and yes, it is again just me. It does not look like for 2020 that I will have had any guests on the show. It's just the way that this year is going. What can I say? I'm going to continue doing like 5 mini topics in this episode and probably through the end of the year. I'm finding that much more manageable right now. And I am going to continue at least through 2020 doing every other week as opposed to every week for right now. It's just what's manageable right now. If you do not know, I am a high school special ed teacher in Connecticut, and life is kind of hard right now. This is recorded before the election. I'm so afraid. I just don't know what's going to happen after the election. And so not that I would talk about really probably anything about the election, but I just want everyone to know that I am not going to bring up the election. But if there is something that I don't talk about or don't bring up or something like that, it's because it was recorded before the election. So just putting that out there. So today I'm going to focus on my 5 topics. And my first topic is so important. It's the most important of them all. I got a haircut. So I went I remember the last time I got a haircut was July 1st. So I went July, September, August, September, and half of October without getting my haircut. Again, I went to it's called Great Clips. It's like Supercuts. And again, it was just because I had someone was here to watch my son for me for like a few hours. And so I took the advantage of doing it, except that I went on a day, like our first day of rain in 4 or 5 weeks. So it was raining. So there were like 100 accidents. Like no one's ever driven in the rain before. So the driving actually took so much time. It took me a full hour to drive there, go back, and get my hair cut, which normally it would take like 35 minutes total, including my haircut and the drive. But sorry, I was able to get my hair cut, and when I went, it's such a weird experience for me. Because I had the same person that I went to for so long. And I know I talk about getting my hair cut a lot lately, or at least in 2020. I just can't figure out what to do. I think the cheap person in me, I don't want to say cheap, the mind-saving person that I am sometimes gets in the way of what I should do. I just go to Great Clips or Supercuts because it's convenient and okay, someone's watching my child. I can go get my haircut now. Done. I've kind of decided that every 6 weeks, though, no matter what, I'm going to start getting my haircut. Maybe every 8 weeks, but I think because whatever, I'll look at my hair the week before Thanksgiving. If it needs a cut, then I will go and get it cut. If not, then I will wait till like a week or 2 after Thanksgiving and I will get my hair cut again. But I'm trying to make things a priority. And so getting my hair cut is a priority at this point in my life, which is sad. That's one of the priorities of my life. But I've done really good of making my hair dye schedule at home a priority. And I schedule it, and my husband knows I am going to do it. I think right now I'm on an 8-week schedule. Maybe I'm on a 6-week schedule for my hair dye. If you don't know, I'm 100% gray. 100%. I have no dark hairs grown out of these roots anymore. So I'm 100% gray. So I have dark hair. So it really shows. And every time I dye my hair, my husband says, I think your hair is getting darker. I think it's getting darker. So the next time I dye my hair, I'm trying a little lighter color. I use Madison Reed. I like that they use less chemicals and it doesn't smell. It's definitely way more expensive, but way cheaper than doing it myself. And I do find that my hair actually looks better than it would from like a box. So I really I do like Madison Reed, but I'm going to go with a lighter color this time. So we'll see. Um, for the holidays. We'll see if that helps. I think part of it is I used to be in the sun all the time, so my hair would naturally get lighter. But now that I'm not outside as much, I my hair is not as light. So good story, right? So let's talk about my haircut situation this time. So last time I went in July, it was a total of 4 minutes. I walked in from when I walked in, paid, and walked back to my car. It was 4 minutes. I was not this lucky this time. And I really think that it was just like a Great Clips thing. Like it's Supercuts, it's just a little easier. But at Great Clips, like I went in, they took my name, even though I like had already an appointment. And then they had to take all this personal information, like where you live and stuff like that. And then um, I could get my hair cut. Now, she asked me if I wanted a shampoo with my haircut. And I said yes because it was $5 more. And I just feel so bad because in Connecticut, I don't even know if you can use a hair dryer. I don't even know the rules anymore. Um, but I just feel so bad for the hairdressers. I just think that, you know, they any little thing I can do. And I was like, oh, it'll be so nice. I'll get like a nice little scalp massage. None of those things happened. I literally from the time she was washing my hair till I was back in the other, like the hair cutting chair, it was under 2 minutes. Yes, I do time these things because I like to make a point to people why I don't like to pay. Like the point of, I like to pay for what I'm getting. So, like, my whole experience took 15 minutes from getting my hair washed, cut, and walk and paying. And I will say that things that extended my time there were things out of my control. So like after she washed my hair in the less than 2 minutes, first of all, I don't think she even touched my scalp at all. It was really funny. I feel like she conditioned my hair first and then washed it almost because she did not touch my scalp when she first washed it with whatever she washed it with. And then when she did the second part, which I assumed was conditioning, that was the only time she lightly touched my scalp or my hair around my scalp. So I just, anyways, it was, I paid for what I got, a $5 wash. Apparently, that's what you get. Then she cut my hair. That took, what happened is after she washed my hair, she had to go change her cape, wash her hands, and it took a full 2 minutes for her to do that. So it took her longer for the procedure she had to do after washing my hair than to actually wash my hair. So then she cut my hair. And this is almost like why I don't want to have a hairdresser is she wanted to talk to me the whole time, and I hate talking when I get my hair cut. Just sit there, just cut my hair and let me just sit in silence because someone's always talking to me. And I try and make it clear, like, I don't want to talk, but I guess unless I say, like, please don't talk to me, which I think is kind of rude, then there's nothing I can do. So she just kept asking me questions, and one of the questions she asked was, do you think you'll have more kids? Why or why not? Very inappropriate, very inappropriate. So wasn't my thing. She took 2 phone calls while she was cutting my hair. She talked to a person. She stopped to talk to a person. So the actual haircut time it took was under, again, 2 minutes. It took her under 2 minutes to cut my hair, but it took 10 minutes total time, me sitting in the chair because of the phone calls, because of her stopping to talk to people who had walked in for their next appointment. So then I got out to pay, and of course the other person who was there, they had to pay. So they went first, and then it was my turn. So it only took like 3 minutes, but again, I could have been out. Like total time that there was on my hair and me like needing to interact was a total of 6 minutes. So for 6 minutes, I paid $22. I left a $5 tip because I don't know what to leave, but so $27 for 6 minutes of actual time working on my hair, a total of 15 minutes being in the store or in the salon. I'm glad I got it done. I'm never happy when I go to like Supercuts or Great Clips or whatever, one of the cheaper places to get your hair cut, and it's my own fault. Like that's it. I was recommended to try and go to like a practice school because that's what they're looking for is for you to be obviously happy and to practice. So I think that I could try that and then maybe that would be something that would I would be happy with because the price wouldn't be as much, but I would be getting maybe more personalized attention and maybe I could have the same person over and over again so they could I can start building that relationship. I mean, where I am now, I'm pretty sure that we're staying here for a while. So, like I'm trying to start building up the like doctors and the just the people that I would be going to see often and trying to just start building that relationship that I used to have in my old place when I was single that I now need to start all over again. But that's a whole nother thing. So I got my haircut done. We don't need to talk about that anymore. All right, next topic is my need to be right all the time. I think I really struggle with this. I think I really feel like I need to be right all the time. And I'm not. A lot of times at work, I feel like I am. A lot of times, I feel like the perspective, people who don't have my perspective make the decisions that I have to live with, but they don't want to hear what I have to say. So I think that that's part of the reason of my frustration that I need to be right all the time outside in my personal life. So, I'll give an example. So, our garage door is connected to our in our car. It's like connected. I don't even know how to explain it. Whatever. When we try and open our garage door from the car, it doesn't always work. There's like a special way, like a special trick of holding the button the right way to get the garage door to open. And my husband was driving my car the other day and he pushed the button the wrong way and the garage door did not open up immediately. So I pushed the button again. And in the split second that it took me to push that button, before I had pushed the button, the garage door started to open. So when I pushed the button, it stopped it, it paused it, and I had to press it again to get it to go down and then press it again to go back up. And my husband was really nice about it. He didn't like say anything. And I was like, no, I'm like, I don't know why. I'm like, why? I don't, I don't mean like what my husband did was fine. Like he set it up and it was all set and I could have just let it go. But of course I didn't. And I had to push the button and I messed it up. And whatever, it was 10 more seconds out of our lives waiting for the garage door opener. But it's just this need that I have now. I think because I have no control over so many hours of my day, I have literally no control over. I have to do what someone else is telling me to do all the time, even though it's the wrong thing, even though it doesn't make sense, even though it's not what's best for anyone. But because some people sat in a room and decided these are the rules, I have to follow them. And I think that that part is starting to really, really get to me, like immensely get to me. And I try and let some things go. And I don't know why other things I can't let go. So I'm working so hard. At work, I am not trying hard at that, not giving up at people hearing me and me trying to explain how I'm right. But at home, I'm really trying to not do that to my husband, and I'm really not trying to overcorrect him or even overcorrect my son because I need to be right. I just kind of give up and I'm trying to let things go. Like it's okay if things are done wrong at home because they're getting done in some way and I don't have to deal with it. So I need to let go. And I'm trying. It's very hard because I just want some control in my life and I literally have no control. Like there are very few things that I have control of right now. And I think that need in this situation, pandemic situation, is true for just a lot of people. You want that control and you just look for it in any way that you possibly can, but it might not always be the healthiest way. So including like what you eat. Like I will say, I am not eating very healthy right now. I am trying so hard, but every day it's like the tiniest thing pushes me over the edge and I'm like, "Oh, I'm done. Can't do the healthy food thing today." So every day I try again, even partway through the day, I'm like, "All right, I'm not going to do this anymore. Every day is a new day. I'm going to keep trying it till it works." So, I don't know. I'm really working on trying to be better at not needing to be right about everything cuz I'm just not. I I just do it a specific way and I like it done a specific way. That doesn't make it right. So, anyways, on to something happier. Christmas. Right now it is the middle of October when I am recording this, and I can't stop preparing for Christmas. And if you follow the Holderness family, they like do all these like funny skits and videos. And today they actually put out a video about how the husband is like, "No, it's autumn. Stop with the Christmas stuff." And the wife is in the store trying to buy all this Christmas stuff and put out the Christmas decorations, and it's 2 weeks away from Halloween. And that's totally how I feel. And it's kind of how I feel every year. I don't want to decorate in October, but I want to start like thinking about decorating and all that stuff like that. And it's hard because Lifetime and Hallmark, they are their official kickoff for their movies, and the Christmas season is October 23rd. And so I guess it already started when this goes up, but it's just so interesting to me that there's so many people like that. And I feel like this year, especially, like a lot of us just like, we need that like comfort of like decorating and having that this year. So I'm just so excited to decorate this year. It's been a long time since I have felt like that, but this is definitely one of the years where I'm like, I'm going to decorate earlier than I normally have. Now, we won't put up the trees until the day after Thanksgiving because my husband does put his foot down on that, which is fine. I will probably put out our Christmas dishes sometime in the early Novembers, um, which is fun, which I always think is going to take a long time, and it doesn't. It takes me like 35 minutes, I think, because I just have it down. Um, so I just love it so much. Oh my gosh. Just seeing my Christmas dishes out just makes me happy. So that will probably come earlier. There'll be like a few other decorations that might come out earlier, and I'm very excited about that. So I'm trying to hold on to what I can. And one of the things that I can hold on to in 2020 is I can still have Christmas and I can still have Christmas decorations. I've taken my son many times already to Home Depot and Lowe's because they have had their Christmas trees out since September. And my son is really, really into it this year. Like he keeps saying like Christmas trees and things like that. And like, I want to go see the Christmas trees. And it makes me so excited. And it's such a silly thing for me to be excited about. And I don't care because I love the season of Christmas. So I'm very excited to get ready for Christmas at this point. So, okay, I see that I nestled some good things and bad things together. So that was number 3, starting Christmas early. Bad days. I'm having some really bad cooking days lately. Normally, I'm very good with my cooking. Like, I can try new recipes and things like that. Lately, I have had a lot of things not cook correctly. And I have 3, please understand, I have 3 ovens. I have like a double oven, and then I have like what are those called? It's like a microwave oven on the side. So, and it's like high tech. It's not like a cheap one. I got it for my wedding. It was like, I don't know, $300, $400. So it can cook like a full pie in it, no problem. And I've put thermometers in to make sure that they're cooking at the right temperature, and they are. But for some reason, when I am baking, everything is not coming out right, and I can't even explain it. Like sometimes I'll put brownies in, and they'll cook for an hour, and they're still not cooked. And I'm like, I don't know what else to do. Like I've had to up the temperature. Like, sometimes it says like 325 if it's a glass pan and 350 if it's this type of pan. I've done 375. I've done 400. You don't bake at 400 typically for brownies. And still an hour at 400, these brownies are not baking. I'm not sure if it's the recipe. I'm not sure. I've tried recipes though that I make from scratch, and I've done the boxes, and I've done different types of boxes. And I don't know what it is, but my brownies are just not cooking. So if anyone knows why brownies are just not cooking, if you want to let me know, I'm grateful, because I have no idea what's going on right now with why my brownies won't cook. But I've had breads that are not cooking. I had a quiche that didn't cook, and that, like, I did them all in different ovens. I did Italian loaves that I messed up the yeast, but even the second time I made them and I made the dough correctly, even when I went to cook them, it took the cooking time took longer, like way longer. Like I'm not talking like 5-10 minutes. I'm talking like 20-30 minutes longer than the recipes. And I've made all these things before and they haven't come out bad. So I don't know if it's just I'm trying to do too many baking things at the same time, or I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I've never experienced so many baking failures in a row than I have in the past couple of weeks. I would say the last 3 weeks. 4 weeks. I will say that it's probably has something to do with me being back at work and how my brain is working, because I can't come up with, it's not the oven's fault. So I can't blame the oven at this point. All right. That's enough about my bad cooking. One of the good things that happened is my husband and I got a day date the other day for a whole hour and a half, and it was so exciting. We had someone watch my son for about an hour and a half, and we went to this place that is like a local, like, I guess it was a Dave and Buster's. So we went to Dave and Buster's and we just like played a bunch of games. And if you don't know, it has like a lot of arcade games in it. And we got to play some of those for like a little while. And it was fun. I think we spent $10 total and we just played the games and it was awesome. And we just had fun, and we didn't talk about work. We didn't talk about our child. I don't know what we talked about, but those are two things that if we do get a date, we do not talk about those things. So it was just nice. And then we went to this like little grocery store to pick up a few things. And then we went home. But it was just unbelievably nice to finally have like a date night for the two of us. And it wasn't a date night, it was a day date. But we got to do something that was just the two of us for a few hours. And it's just nice. We don't really get that opportunity a lot. We don't have the option to. So it's just nice sometimes. Gosh, I wish I could do that every week. Even once a month, I will take it. But we probably get to do it about 3 times a year. That's probably all we get. But for now, we'll take it. Each year, maybe we'll get to add on a little more. But right now, our schedules are just so limited that even matching up time off together, even on the weekends, and having someone watch our son is a challenge. So we're working on it, but it's happening. So, all right. So there are my 5 things. I hope that my 5 things for a productive day on the last podcast have helped you. If some days I need that to remind me, like it's a tough day. It seems like every day right now is a tough day as a teacher. So if you haven't listened to it, if you want to go back to listen to that, there are 5 things that you can help to just try and have some productivity in your day when you think that you can't, or when it's hard and you're having a bad day. There are 5 things that you can do to try and help you to become a productive person. So that's on the last podcast before this. All right, I try to end every show with something that I love about my son. And right now there are so many things. He's about 2.5 right now. And one of the major things that I love about him right now is he says, unprompted, "Mommy, I love you too much." instead of so much or very much or whatever. And it's like so adorable when he says it. It's just so cute. He says so many adorable things right now that like to choose one is like impossible. But that is one that like it's the thing that gets me through my day right now. So that's what I hold on to. So when he says it, I like stop and just enjoy it for the 1 second that I can. And then it kind of gets me through my day. And I have it on video and I do watch it on video when I need to, when I absolutely like can't do another thing throughout the day. So, anyways, I hope you have a good week and I hope everyone stays safe. And I will be talking to you guys in a few weeks. Bye.